Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn, Lou, Seth, guys, and from the Villager Cigar Studios, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Good, good. I wish the player that was the cigar we're talking about was on the Jets because maybe the Jets wouldn't suck so bad. Ugh.
Possibly,
You
possibly.
guys had a good start to your season, okay? Just be happy about that.
Okay.
I'm not never happy.
All right.
Can't be happy.
So today we are talking about the Howard G All Pro Series Leon Searcy Lil Searc. This cigar is I guess, a double Robusto, 5.5 inch by 58. Comes out of the American Caribbean factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Mexican San Andres. Binder and filler both from Nicaragua. Price point is $17.72. And the cigar was released in August of 2022. And we picked these cigars up from Corona Cigar Company. So if you are in Florida and near one of the locations, be sure to stop in for a cigar and a libation. If you're not in the area, you can always go to the website, order online. They'll ship it to you. You can also call them and order if you want. Do it that way too.
They got a
You can get
hell
a
of a
catalog,
bourbon list too.
all kinds of different spirit
Oh my
lists.
God, it's out of
Crazy.
control.
All right. So with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall experience with this cigar?
Um, so I this cigar was I almost rated this cigar to be a lot higher than what I rated it. So when I was smoking this, I kind of thought, hey, first of all, who's Howard G? Leon Searcy, I believe, was a Resident Evil 2 video game character. And then I saw Lil Searc, and then I was like, oh, maybe this guy's a rapper or something. I don't know. I was like, and then on top of that, I went to look at the literature of like where it's made, and I thought American Caribbean. I think I've heard of American Caribbean, but I actually don't know what other brands uh,
June's
use
gonna
that.
get like 500 Steelers fans
Who's
to come on in this video and just lose their shit.
who's the Resident Evil reference? Leon. He's the cop.
Oh,
No, I don't know,
if you,
man. I don't
okay,
from
well, if
I
you're a
play video
gamer,
games when I
Seth,
was in
you'd
high
know.
school.
Jeez.
I didn't know. I'm looking it up. Yeah. But I guess I mean, but I assume this is gosh, I don't know, sports related, of course. So,
If you take a
June,
look at the
uh,
if
band,
you
it would clue you in.
yeah, June, if you'd show up to a convention once in a while, you get to meet these people,
whatever.
talk about this stuff. I mean, you'd know the story, but it's okay. You went in
I'm
blind, so
kidding.
you didn't get romanced. You didn't get sexed up
Um,
by the experience. Just the cigar.
Howard and I go way back, you guys. I was just fucking around.
Oh, all right,
Uh,
fair enough.
uh, so, but anyways, going to the actual flavor profile, which is the most important thing. So I actually rated it by saying like for second, last, third, like good, average, average, but it almost went very good, average, very good, good, and average. I know that's a disparity, but I think in retrospect, I kind of realized how it was the maybe I could say like the top end of average, almost good cigar, if that even makes sense. Anyways, I thought the flavors are really nice. Like it almost kind of made me feel like if I were to explain to someone that's never had like a like heavier Nicaraguan type of tobacco, like I would name it like I would kind of think about this profile as really like it's got that nice grit earthiness that I really like, but it's also like spicy and creamy and really like full flavored. So yeah, I think Leon did a really great job. I mean, Howard did a really good job in this cigar, and I would smoke more of Howard's offerings.
All right, Seth, what were your thoughts?
Jesus, June. Let's take us down these fucking roads. Just go on, man. Okay, fine. Go ahead. Floor's yours.
Listen, I lit up this cigar and I was like, what am I smoking? This is really good. So I was just getting sweet spices. There was some sweet cedar, there was some herbs, there was some lemongrass, there was dry earth, tobacco notes, a little bit of dark chocolate, medium in strength and body. I really like the first third, second third. Just a little bit transitioning. I was getting some coffee flavors with that. Um, Nice balance, nice strength, nice body. Final third just showed those lemongrass, coffee, dark chocolate notes, chocolate herb, cedar, hay. Listen, I didn't know who Leon Searcy was, and I'll get into my whole story afterwards. But this was a really good smoke.
All pro.
Right, John.
Damn,
What are your
man.
thoughts?
Well, so
Listen,
obviously
John, I
Listen,
know you're
man.
this like Canadian guy that knows so much more about American history and shit than we do,
I
which
don't
is
know.
very
It's
true and
history.
embarrassing.
It's just football.
No, it's American.
But it is American.
There's no
Yeah.
way you. We'll get into this. We'll get into
Okay, we'll get into
it.
So obviously, we met Howard at the trade show. Super nice guy. I knew we were going to review some of his cigars. I got the cigar, pulled it out of the review humidor, and I'm like, oh man, it's 58 ring gauge. I was like, oh fuck. But I lit it up and I was like, okay, don't judge a book by its cover, because sweet earth, tobacco, a little bit of red pepper flake that built up to medium full, this sort of really rich layered tobacco sweetness in the center, creaminess, a little bit of floral notes at the halfway point. I'm like, okay, that's a lot of complexity to have a 58 ring gauge. Second third was kind of more creamy tobacco and wood. Again, baking spices, but the baking spices were kind of more medium. A little bit of cinnamon, chocolate, and I'm like, this is good. Like it's medium full, but not overwhelming in the palate. And last third was still pleasant, but I don't think it was quite as complex. So creamy spices, wood, a little earthy accents, a little bit of hay. So that was an enjoyable experience, especially I think we just had a run of like not great experiences. So this was definitely the burning fires of Gondor coming to save me. The burn did have an issue though. I did have a relight at the halfway point, or last third, which is kind of a drag. Other than that, the burn was pretty much fine. Of course, I V cut Nation, and the draw is perfect. Not surprising when you V cut, so it's perfect. So it's good. It's good. 58 ring gauge delivered. What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, for me, the cigar began with lightly toasted cedar and earth. I got some light creamy coffee that joined in a bit later. And then the final third saw some wood bitterness and a bright pine note that kind of joined in while the creamy coffee had departed. My sample was poorly constructed. I don't know if it was underfilled or poor leaf placement. Draw was pretty open and the cigar went out on me 4 times. For me, the flavor profile was average to the first 2 thirds and then dropped a level in the final third as the construction issues really were just kind of compounding on each other. I can't imagine the flavor profile I was getting was what was kind of planned. And you guys had definitely a different experience than me. So I'm just going to chalk it up to the poor construction. I might come back to this just to check it out, see what, a better constructed version could do. You guys seem to have good things to say about it. So, but the price point's a bit up there. So, I don't know if I will actually come back to it or not. So we'll see. Let's get the scores. I'm going to start at the top with Seth at 6.82. John gave it a 6.62. Jiunn gave it a 6.1. I gave it a 4.33. So, Seth, how that 6.82 match up for you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I'd smoke it again. I thought it was, John mentioned it was a 58 ring gauge, and I didn't even notice really towards, after when I was writing the recap that it was a 58 ring gauge, because it didn't feel like a 58 ring gauge. I didn't think it was.
The mouthfeel was a lot better than you thought than
It
a 58 ring gauge.
Jiunn, let me tell you how good it felt in my mouth. I mean, it was just beautiful.
Oh, demonetized. Oh,
demonetized.
No, listen, you were a long time ago.
It was no, listen, I thought it was a good stick. I like the flavor profile. I could see other people maybe not going for it. But yeah, I'd definitely smoke it again.
All right, John, 6.62.
Yeah, I would have been up at the same level or even higher than Seth if it wasn't for the relight. Relight aside, I think flavor profile wise is definitely high sixes. And like I said, I'm probably the resident big ring gauge hater, because I find, in general, big ring gauge cigars are just flat and boring and uninspired. And this was none of those things. So, it's nice to smoke a cigar that lives up to it. Who's next?
6.1.
it's a respectable score. I for sure smoked more of these, so I actually want to smoke more of these and trying to gauge if I kind of feel the same within just having one and consistency. But yeah, this was good.
My 4.33 matches up well. It was for the experience I had with the bad construction was just below average flavor profile, and then it was just a pain in the ass to smoke. But that's not how they all are, obviously. So the rest of you guys, you had not the best construction, but good enough that it wasn't affecting the flavor. So I just picked the bad one out of the group. So unfortunate for me.
Thank goodness it wasn't me this time.
Yeah. All right. Final thoughts, Seth. I want to hear the story.
Yeah,
What about
listen, I
Leon?
didn't. Okay, first of all, I didn't know when we go to smoke these things. I know it's Howard G, and then I see this Leon Searcy, and I didn't pay attention to the whole name, and I'm just like 72 Pro, Pro 72 series. I was like, what is this? Some baseball player? I was like, is this why we're smoking this? Because it's a baseball player that Aaron liked.
Wow.
I didn't look it up. I
Wow.
didn't look at even.
I
wasn't even
I
looking.
actually
I
thought the
wasn't.
same.
I know. Listen, I didn't even look at the
Oh.
fucking field goal post on the campaign.
Yeah.
That's when I started
Big
smoking
miss.
this. I'm like, are those field goal posts? And I looked it up. I'm like, this guy fucking played at the U first round. I was like, I gotta get myself a Searcy U jersey to make Hector like me again. So this was a good stick. I didn't know who it was, but man, guy made a good blend.
No, I think he said at the trade show that he's coming out with a smaller ring gauge version of this, like shorter and smaller ring gauge. I think it was
Possibly. I mean,
Yeah.
the original of this is like 8x50. Is it 8x58?
Yeah, and he said
it's
he
ridiculous.
said
Oh,
Leon
wow.
was smoking like
Jeez.
7 or 8 of those a day, and he's like,
Yeah.
all right. I mean, I guess you like the cigar, so yeah. And I was like,
It's not possible to smoke 7 or 8 of this in the 8x58
Dude, he's a big-
format.
apparently it
big
is.
guy.
Well, the
Yeah,
dude,
but
the way,
like you have
if
to
you-
be chiefing it, man.
dude is
Dude.
313 pounds and 6'4", so I
He's a
think
big guy.
He's
He's a
bigger
bit
than
different
313,
planet.
bro. He was dogging me out the whole time we were talking to Howard at the trade show, man.
Was
I didn't know, if he was gonna come over the table at me at some point.
his
But-
hands are. I mean,
Oh,
he
he's
could
6'4".
basically just palm my skull.
Yeah.
Like he's just got those
You know, the
big
funny
football
thing
hands.
is, I Googled Howard G cigars and I see this photo and I'm not looking at the details. And I now looking at it, I see it's Howard G and Leon. It looks like Hightailor. And I'm like, who is this White Duck Dynasty fucker with him? And it's Bear.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of hoping to get a chance to chat with Leon at whatever trade show they're at next, like whether it's the PCA in the summertime. But Howard said he's kind of a reserved dude, and
Yeah.
he needs to get to know you before he opens up. So
Yeah.
maybe he'll work a little of the surgeon charm, and kind of make him laugh and open up, because I'd love to chat with him. I mean, he's got some pretty cool stories. So.
Yeah. All right, wherever you're catching this video, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
All pro.